Alahaginawa, Yahweh, Achad, Shemai, Yashala, Yahweh, Alahaginawa, Yahweh, Achad, Shemai, Yashala, Yahweh, Alahaginawa, Yahweh, Achad, Rakati Yahweh, Rakati Yahweh, Rakati Yahweh, Rakati Yahweh, Rakati Yahweh, Rakati Yahweh, Bahasam Kahakudash. I want to give double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. I'm the high spirit wind lawyer. And today I want to go into a topic going into how our healthcare system is the planet Earth. All right. It tells you in Psalms 103. I think it's Psalms 103. How herbs are for the service of man. It might be Psalms 104. But it tells you that herbs is a service of man. Now there's going to be certain words that I say that might get the video taken down, but at least the point to get made within a live stream. But herbs are for the service of man, and we can't get so caught up in our everyday hustle and bustle that we forget to put herbs in our body, all right, whether it's for healing, restoration, or ultimately preventive measures. And that's the best way, is preventive measures, man. So, I mean, it's good to have some type of immune defense when it comes to your body. It's good to have some type of defense in general, or some type of adaptogen when it comes to your body, if you're already in the hustle and bustle of life, man. You know? It's good to have that. You know what I mean? But I mean, the point is, alright, the point is, herbs are for the service of man, and we can't be negligent, alright? It tells you, it's Sirach 38, that medicines come from the earth, and ultimately it says, he that is wise will not abhor them. All right, and some of the best times to take certain herbs is in the morning time, like now. The first thing you do when you get up in the morning, you might take certain herbs, man. All right. See, you have people in this society who put all their mindset into making money, or becoming billionaires. There's nothing wrong with making money. Let me rephrase that. Just, you know, they put their mindset, their eye is single to become a billionaire, or, you know, start multiple businesses and all these different things. Sometimes you forget that the actual wealth is really being healthy. It tells you in Sirach around the 30th chapter that ultimately it's better to be healthy with a strong state of body than to have gold and silver, man, than to have riches. Okay? So it's actually better to be healthy, all right? And like I said, we live in this matrix where you can pull up to a fast food restaurant at any given time of the day. In most places, a fast food joint is open later than a grocery store. So now a lot of grocery stores close at 11 p.m., but a fast food joint might be open 24 hours a day. All right, it might be open at 4 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. So let's say you work an overnight shift. Well, let's just say you work second shift. You get off at 11, 12 at night, and you don't have any groceries prepared because of your schedule or whatever it may have you. Then you're more likely to go to a fast food joint, man, than to say Kroger, you know. Go to the produce department, man. Ain't that something? So when it comes to America, you have to plan. You have to plan ahead. You can always buy like a can of soup. I believe Amy's. It's a brand called Amy's. A-M-Y''S, Amy's. I think they make pretty good soup. But that's actually classified as fast food. If you sit there and think about it, the Amy's soup, it's about $4 a can. You know, it used to be less expensive. It used to be like $2 for $5, but the price of everything is going up. So I mean, it's like $4 a can, $5 a can. But it has a lot of organic vegetables in it. and you can heat it up in like 5 minutes. You have soup that's done, 5-7 minutes, however long it takes to heat it on top of the stove, you know. And technically, I would classify that as fast food. You know, even fruit at a farmer's market, man, that's fast food. So you can still get your convenience. Or sometimes you know, I say you can still get your convenience, you know what I mean? But what the Most High created from the planet Earth is, it actually has a benefit to your body, because he created your body, and that too came from the planet Earth. So part of the welfare for your body is the planet Earth. All right. What's his name? This particular doctor, he classifies himself as a nutritarian. His name is I want to say his name is Joel Furman, Dr. Furman. All right. He's from I want to say New York. He has an acronym when it comes to your diet, and he calls it the G-bomb. And a G-bomb is an acronym for greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. Sometimes I deviate from that myself, but just in general, that's a good guideline to have, man, for the way you eat. Greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. And you could implement that to the Mediterranean diet, you know. Jake eats fish, you know. Jake eat lamb, but, you know, 70% of your diet could be greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. It's good for the first thing you eat to actually be fruit, because fruit that's high in fiber and moisture, it aids the digestive system, man. A lot of us have weight issues, or we can't get our gut down because we have a poor digestive system, man. All right? We have a lot of gunk backed up in our digestive tract. All right? But these things, man, you know, you could be healthy in Babylon or healthier in Babylon. You can still have a certain sense of happiness about yourself. You can feel good. I know in this society, being in this truth, man, and being a man of integrity, the odds of me being a millionaire is slim. I'm not making an effort to be a millionaire. Besides, the money is going to be digital, and you're going to have to get the charagma to keep your money. So I don't really have a desire for that. I have a desire to feel good. You know? I have a desire to feel good. That's my desire. That's my ambition. You know, aside from, of course, the light at the end of the tunnel, which is to get the kingdom. But in the meantime, just to feel good, man. You know, if you could wake up in the morning time and catch the sunrise, man, that feels good. You know, it's good for your spirit, man. Our forefathers were experts then. In order to be an herbalist and physician, you have to be an expert in the earth. In order to be a farmer, all right, you got something called the Farmer's Almanac. All right, you have to be an expert in the earth, man. In order to be a potter, a blacksmith, man, you have to be an expert in a lot of things, man. All right. See, a lot of Americans, they go to school for this, that, and the third, but they're negligent when it comes to their bodies. The average American knows more about their vehicles than their actual bodies, man. Especially Eve, the so-called black woman. Like, you got certain Eve that's in the self-care. I have to give them that. But a lot of Eve, man, they got all type of fibroids, and they got all type of health issues, and ultimately they don't know how to eat. The nigga man, Jake, he doesn't know how to eat either. But a nigga expert in wickedness, you know. See, Yahweh Bahashim Hawashai gave us a dietary law. You know. Sometimes we'll go on the deep end when it comes to health. I know I get, you know, deeper in regards to health and what's the best way to eat for myself. But I have to remember, man, the Most High gave us the dietary law. And you factor that into the Mediterranean way, there you have it. Like the fact that we understand that we don't eat scavengers, we don't eat his scavengers. All right, that in itself is a form of intelligence. Understanding of the law is a form of intelligence. We have to understand when it says in Genesis that the Most High breathed the breath of life into Adam, he gave him intelligence by giving him the laws, statutes, and commandments. Something that the elder Apostle Bart was saying years ago. It was like, you don't need this degree, that degree, this philosophy. You just need the laws, man. You only need the laws. And of course, you need Yahweh Shai, all right? The spirit of Yahweh Shai, which he came in the volume of the laws. He came in the volume of the book. You know, well, in the garden, we did not eat animals, all right? Up until the flood, we did not eat animals, but after the flood, we were permitted to eat animals. Now you have to be careful because the earth is deprived of nutrients. So, I mean, people who've gone fruitarian, a lot of them have become sick. Not all of them, but you just, you know, when you do those extremes like that in this society, you have to be careful. You have to monitor yourself, or at least take supplements and stuff like that. All right. But nah, after the flood, we were permitted to eat animals. But it's good to have that knowledge base and understand that the original food was fruit. And we don't look at it like that on this side. We look at fruit like it's complementary. But the original food was fruit. And I believe that's why we have fingernails. You know? Hey, Shabbat Shalom, sister. I believe that's why we have fingernails, because the fruit is the only food that does not require outside tools to consume. In general, all right? Most other food, you have to use technology to cook it, you know? Even with an animal, you have to raise the animal, or hunt the animal, chase the animal, bait the animal, which is a form of hunting, like fish. It runs from you, but fruit is the only food that does not run from you, because that was the original food for our bodies. Is that to say you're supposed to be a fruitarian? No, that's not what I'm implying. But you have to understand that fruit was the only tool. Fruit was the only food where the technology to consume it was within your anatomy. The technology to consume it is within your anatomy. So you have the teeth and the nails to consume it. But once again, after the flood, you know, we were permitted to eat meat. And somewhere in the scriptures it says that our soul lusted. So we must have always permitted, we must have always had a craving at some point, at least, for barbecue. All right. But yeah, in that time period, you are right. I can't read every word you're saying, but during that time period, fruit was the primary food. It was the food to eat. At that time, we didn't even need herbs, because food was our medicine back then. That was our preventive medicine. All right. After the flood, after transgression, all right, earth started to decay, and that's when disease came in and all those things, and we needed herbs to service our bodies. All right, but the earth was in a state of perfection during the time of the garden. You know? But one thing I've learned about fruit in my journey is that, you know, it's an energy source, it's a cleansing source, you know, like a lot of citrus fruit, yellow fruit, a lot of yellow fruit, that's like the sun, but it's high in vitamin C, and it provides a lot of energy. All right, it's, you know, it's good to consume for energy. You know, a lot of red fruit is good for that blood circulation. A lot of red fruit is high in nitric oxide, which is an air gas that accelerates their blood circulation, good for blood flow. Like the pomegranate, like certain red plums, like, I know it's not a fruit, but like the beetroot, you know. I know berries, they're high in anthocyanins, which is an antioxidant, which is anti-diabetes, anti-cancer, anti-obesity. So it's good to implement this into our diet, man. It's something I have been meditating on for some months now. You know, you have to understand that this was the original food for man in one particular time, before the flood. But once again, the earth is stripped of nutrients. So to go exclusive with this would be a risk, you know. But understand that is a form of medicine. It's like eating from the earth, you know. It's been beneficial for myself, at least, for the first thing to eat before I eat my regular meals, say watermelon when it's in season, or this fruit that's high in fiber and moisture, because it creates a bowel movement, a very clean bowel movement where you really releasing a log. In a lot of cases, you might be releasing a log, and that's good because of that fiber and that moisture from fruit like watermelon. You know, melons in general, but my favorite is the red watermelon. You know, and now it's in season. You know, I think we're in the month of June. It became in season in the month of May. So I mean, there you go. That's when it starts to become sweet, when it's in season. You know. Your brother Dan says God knows what we should eat. Garden of Eden, we ate our fruit and no animals, but things changed after the fall. But like there are still things we shouldn't eat. Yeah, I mean we got the dietary law. You know, the dietary law that filters out the animals that we should not eat. Like, and the reason why we don't eat them because they have a purpose that disqualifies them to be consumed in our stomachs, man. Like you don't eat a fucking buzzard because that's part of the Most High's cleanup crew, and it's good to have an animal. It's good to have animals as a part of Yahweh's cleanup crew on his planet Earth. You don't eat the swine because they're part of his cleanup crew. You don't eat fish that doesn't have fins or scales because that's part of the aquatic cleanup crew. That's why you don't eat catfish. All right? And trust me, Jake loves catfish down south, man. That's the fish of the South, especially in Mississippi. It's catfish, man. And when I used to eat catfish before I came into the knowledge, I always thought it had a weird taste. I ate other abominable things, but catfish always had like this little weird taste, man. You know? But, you know, that's pretty much the point, I can, you know, just, you know, having that self-care like we mentioned yesterday, but just not being negligent of the earth, man. Even light incense, when you light real incense, all right, those real incense are laced with essential oils. Some of them are laced with resins, and you're basically permeating medicine throughout your abode, throughout your apartment, throughout your house. All right, putting oils on you, you putting medicines on you and in you. So it's just good to put the earth back in us. But with that, to the next time, shalom.